Thanks for staying with us. We continue with the foreign segment. Another migrant caravan like the one that has infuriated US President Donald Trump and fueled his anti-immigrant message ahead of next week's election is on the move in southern Mexico. This second, smaller US-bound group of around 2,000 poor people managed to cross the Suchiate River separating Mexico and Guatemala to the south on Monday. At one point, they clashed with Mexican security forces on a bridge and one member of the caravan was reported killed. Like the larger caravan, this one is made up mostly of Hondurans and includes women and children. And unlike their colleagues moving further up north, these people have rejected an offer from Mexico of medical care, schooling for their kids and temporary work permits if they stop traveling and request asylum in Chiapas or Oaxaca. Trump had earlier announced he is sending more than 5,000 soldiers to shore up the US-Mexico border as he talks up what he calls a migrant invasion to appeal to his right-wing base ahead of the congressional vote on Tuesday. Islanders on the French Pacific territory of New Caledonia on Sunday rejected independence in a referendum that revealed weaker than expected support for Paris in the resource-rich and strategic outposts. On the final count, 56.4% of people rejected the proposition that New Caledonia, 18,000 kilometers from the French mainland, become independent. The island is home to a quarter of the world's known supplies of nickel, a vital electronics component, and is a foothold for France in the Pacific where China is gaining influence. But the winning margin in New Caledonia, sometimes referred to in France as the pebble, might cause some concerns in Paris as well as in Australia, which has been alarmed by Beijing's designs in the Pacific and its investments in island nations.
Le travail continue parce que s'ouvre la deuxième période, la période du deuxième référendum qui se profile à l'horizon, et nous en avons parlé avec le Premier ministre, parce que nous sommes persuadés, au vu de ces résultats, que le projet politique porté par le FNKS devient quelque chose de possible. C'est une alternative puisque de nombreux non-Kanaks ont voté oui à ce référendum.
Meanwhile, French Prime Minister Edouard Philippe arrived on the island on Monday, where he will meet political forces on both sides of the independence vote to discuss the future of the territory. Also in France, a new shocking video of animal abuse broadcast by the L214 Association led on Saturday to the provisional closure of a certified organic slaughterhouse in Indre. At the request of Minister of Agriculture, now some 17,000 animals were slaughtered each year in this certified organic slaughterhouse, which has 17 employees. Animals suspended by a leg, cut while they were still conscious. These images filmed secretly between late August and early September by the Association of the Defense for Animals led the prefecture to suspend immediately and provisionally the activities of the Abattoir du Boischat, a public establishment of lags managed by the community of communes of the Pays de la Châtre Saint-Sever. The Minister of Agriculture, Didier Guillaume, who denounced in a statement of unacceptable practices, said he also mandated the National Veterinary Investigation Brigade to launch an administrative investigation. The prosecutor's office of Châteauroux said that the two complaints were filed on Monday. One of the slaughterhouse for the two offences, intrusion and image capture of a private place. The other by the association L214 for animal abuse. Now, the association has provided 45 pages of evidence to prove ill treatment of animals. The prosecutor's office told two preliminary investigations have been opened. The opening of a new hotel is posing a challenge to tribal customs in western Iraq's Anbar province, where locals traditionally welcome outsiders into their homes. A long-time bastion of the anti-US insurgency, it was later overran by the Daesh group and became off-limits to tourists or investors on business trips. But since Ramadi was retaken by Iraqi authorities in 2016, reconstruction and new housing and commercial projects have sprung up, attracting entrepreneurs from across Iraq. Take a look. In the heart of Ramadi, the provincial capital, a tall building is lit up with neon lights. Rose Plaza Hotel reads a bright sign in Arabic and English. The 80-bed hotel, built by a young Iraqi businessman, has caused a stir in Anbar, the vast desert province to the west of Baghdad that extends to the borders with Syria, Jordan and Saudi Arabia. Hotelier Muhammad Kassar stands ready to defend his project, claiming that it's silly that a province which covers a third of Iraq and is a commercial hub doesn't have a hotel. But in Anbar, life is governed by the region's tribes and their ancestral customs. A sense of hospitality is paramount, with any outsiders being invited to eat a hearty meal and stay overnight in a resident's home. This remains true, even if it means cutting down on space for the family. The only previous attempt to open a hotel in Ramadi was a failure, evident from the unfinished and abandoned building in the city centre. The Turkish firm behind the hotel was forced to abandon the project in 2014 when Daesh overran the city. Coming up in sports, Subkirin resigns as referee's chief. On to sports. The recent Malaysia Cup final, which was marred by bad refereeing, has led to its first casualty. Subkirin Muhammad Saleh dropped a bombshell today by announcing he is stepping down as the referee committee chairman and also the Football Association of Malaysia or FAM Exco member.
Saya tak sempat nak masukkan sampul. Nanti saya masukkan, saya akan bagi nanti kemudian ya. So please, saya nak betul-betul saya nak berhenti. Saya nak tumpu kepada anak-anak, kepada apa nama ni, family, kepada mak saya yang sakit, itu yang saya akan tumpukan lah. Ya.
Subkirin made the announcement after the referee committee's press conference at Wisma FAM in Kelana Jaya today. He explained the decision was made following comments from netizens which have affected his family members following the Malaysia Cup final between Perak and Terengganu. On to badminton. National women's doubles pair Vivian Hu and Yap Cheng Wen hit a big jackpot when they claimed their first title together by winning the Macau Open. The world number 75 stunned Japan's world number 30, Misato Aratama and Akane Watanabe 21-15, 22-20 in 39 minutes on Sunday. Vivian Cheng Wen, who formed their partnership only in September, clawed back superbly from 17-20 in the second game by winning 5 straight points to end the week without dropping a single game en route to their maiden victory. They walked away with winner's check of $11,850 or 49,300 ringgit. For the duo, who were paired only in September, the Macau outing is their biggest success so far. Vivian teamed up with Cheng Wen after former partner Woon Kei Wei suffered a knee injury. Currently ranked world number 75, the Malaysian pair aim to do well in the Indian Open on the 20th to the 25th of November. And that item in sports concludes this evening's edition of News on 2. In our top story, Tan Sri Musa Aman claims trial to 35 graft charges. Join us again at 12:30 tomorrow afternoon for more news updates. Until then, stay tuned to TV2. Have a pleasant evening. I'm Adrian Seed. Thanks for watching.